on it. As you can see, we're always having fun over here at Unapologetically Significant.
Yes.
Because, you know, when you actually realize that you're still having more fun with yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And life becomes
you
more
know what?
fun.
When you don't take yourself too seriously and
That's
you
right.
just realize, like, it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Just be you.
It just takes the pressure off.
Just be you.
Yeah, everybody else is taken, so just be you.
That's right. That's a good point. Good point. So, today we're going to get back into a little Ayurveda.
Yes.
We took a deep dive last week and didn't finish half the stuff we wanted to finish just because we wanted to present it in a
comprehensive way.
Ayurveda,
it can be intimidating, right? Like there's a lot of moving pieces. There's Sanskrit, there's doshas, there's prakrutis, there's times of the day, but it all boils down to like a rhythm.
Right.
The body's rhythm and the tells that we give ourselves, or our body gives us to say something's right or something's wrong.
Yep.
And we have to kind of pay attention to that. Like, I know, got a lot of things to do, but yes, you do need to pay attention to the signs that your body is giving off, because then you can make those corrections faster.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a good point. You'll make the corrections faster. Things won't derail you so much. So this morning, I'm outside. Had the garage door up, was outside clearing off some of the stuff from the trees. And I happened to look in the garage, and my car is in the garage. One's in the driveway, one's in the garage. So I happened to look at this thing, and I glance over, and I look at the license plate, and I'm like,
Your tag's in?
26. I'm like, what? 26?
Where did
I'm
your
like,
tag go?
pump the brakes. Wait a minute now. I know I did this. So I go in the glove compartment, right? And I'm looking for the registration thing. It's 25, 4, 3, 2. I'm like, I know I did this. But, you know, I stayed calm. Inside, got the iPad, went on there, boop, paid for it. I'm like, oh, all right, hallelujah, got it paid for. I don't have to pay for late tax. But I don't have the registration or the sticker.
Yeah, you got the paperwork.
Yeah, but I got the paperwork. So ordered it up, cost me $5 to get that sticker thing I got to have so I don't get pulled over. But point being, I stayed as calm and as mellow through it, you know, and if our doshas, if our energy is off, I'd be, oh my God, panic time, pump the brakes. I can't use this car. I got to use the other car. I got to hide this one until I get the tags.
Yeah, you would have spiraled. We catastrophize immediately. Just like, pew!
Oh, I got to go to DMV. Oh, that place. Oh my God, I got to go there. Start getting the shakes.
Anxiety, stress, like you start to build this whole thing up, and your day ain't even started yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't even made it out the garage, y'all. The day has just begun, and he's already in trouble with the law. It's like, it's gonna be okay.
Pick me up already.
We're gonna get that. You have a collect call from an inmate. No, slow it down.
I don't look good in stripes. Just don't like that, especially orange ones.
I know that. Man, Tin City ain't no joke either. The heat's kicking up. But anyways, see what happens? That quick. It's 7 seconds.
Yeah.
7 seconds is all it takes is to pick up that energetic momentum to go in the good way or a bad way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If you're already jacked up and your energy's all scattered and something comes along like this
podcast is for you. Welcome. You have met your tribe. Hello.
Welcome.
My name is Shelly Marie, and I am an Ayurvedic specialist. Okay.
So,
here we go.
Here we go. We're going to dive in. We finished up last week with talking about nails.
Recap? Are we going to recap the nails? I took the paint off my nails. You guys know I'm in the kitchen a lot, so I hardly ever wear nail polish, but I thought I was going to have a hot date, and I didn't, and I just took it off. So, and I meant like going to go see Michael Jackson with my kids. Hot date. But anyways, let's talk about the nails. Let's just real recap. What?
No, I love it. I love it. Yes, nails. You have them.
Yes.
And they should not be have all those long lines in them, those striations in there. They should be smooth. Because if you do have a lot of those long lines, means you're too dry. Your Vata's out of balance, or Vata could be out of balance, or your Pitta could be out of balance. The heat, you got too much heat and drying you out, so therefore you don't have enough interstitial liquids in there, and it will play it out in your nails.
That's just a tell. That's just one of the signs. And that's a quick way to kind of look at it. If you have to look like really close or you can feel it, then you know. And usually, to Rich's point, is usually it could be Vata or Pitta, but usually remember Vata sits at the bottom and Pitta is going to be in the middle, and then Kapha is on the top. So if Vata's out of whack, it's going to push Pitta, so that's going to where you can get both of them out of whack. And then it could be as easy as making that identification and then putting herbs or spices or foods that are going to create that. I'm not saying go get freaking Palmer's oil or coconut oil and start rubbing it all over your body. Ain't gonna hurt. I mean, it's summertime, so you may need a little extra oil anyways, but it's internal. We're working from the inside out.
Right.
When it comes to Ayurveda, I would say to Ayurveda, but to most things, it's from the inside out. It works the best, unless it's a topical thing. But and I know I don't want to like jump the horse, but we're going to talk about skin and how the topical is. So go ahead.
So back to the nails. So you will be amazed at how quick it will turn. Yeah. If you start hydrating properly, those lines will go away rather quickly, and I don't mean the same day, but it may take a week or a couple of weeks, and they'll be gone, and then you'll be smooth, and everything will be fine. But here's one thing not to do. You know, whenever people talk about hydration and water, oh, well, I put some Himalayas pink salt in my water. Why? Why are you putting it in there? Well, it helps absorb more, and it does this, and I get the electrolytes. Do you need the electrolytes? Or you just, well, that's a good thing to do. It sounds good. Yeah. That sounds good. A lot of people do it. A lot of people swear by it. But what's the proof? I mean, are you just putting more sodium? Have you got tested recently? Testo gas. There you go. Your sodium level's fine. Why you put more sodium in there then? That's not the way to do it. Now you run the risk of putting your blood pressure up, more pressure on your kidneys. I mean, have a reason, a good reason. And
remember, we are all individuals, and that's one of the other beauties of Ayurveda. It's not a one size fits all type of thing. It's based on you and who you are and where your body is at this particular moment in time. So where we see these commercials like, oh, put some Himalayan salt, I would say use kosher salt if you're going to use anything, but that's just me. But you know, or lemon or whatever. You have to know where you're at before you just start jumping on the bandwagon of what they said on social media.
Right. Because, you know, my thing is, do you really need it? Number one. What is it going to accomplish? Number two. And what quality is it? There's all kinds of Himalayan pink salt out there. And you need to do your homework and make sure you get one that doesn't have a bunch of other impurities in there, which start adding them to your body. You're going to have more than just lines on your nails. So, got to do your homework. Make sure you get a good brand, which is one thing we've touched on several times. And just do your homework.
We're not saying like go do like a 6-page report. This is some basic. Like we're not going to overthink this, but you do want to hold yourself accountable for doing some of the work. I mean, if you know you have a friend that is a researchologist and you know that they already researched it, by all means use what they have. There's no reason to double dip and do twice the amount of work. That's silly. But definitely just do a quick little Google search and say, okay, what's this? If you don't know what it is before you put it in your body or on your kids or on your skin, just do a quick little research and find out. We need to keep a list of like things that we approve that we like. Maybe we'll do that. You can let us know if that's what y'all want, and we'll start curating a list for you.
That sounds good.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Good job. On it today.
I'm just saying, sometimes I impress myself. It's the little things, right? The little wins.
And by all means, do not go into the dollar store and buy a pound of salt for $1.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go. There's other things in there that you can get for $1, but that's not one of them.
Being cheap ends up being real expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did nails.
You got nails done. We talked about the tongue.
Talked about the tongue. scraping the tongue,
Scraping
not
the tongue,
using
yeah.
your toothbrush to like push down those
Yeah.
toxins, bacteria, whatever we want to call
Yep,
it. We don't
yep,
want
yep.
those in. We want to scrape them off. Want to look at the color of that. The tint will tell you, is a tell of what may be going on in your body, from inflammation to organs, things like that.
Make sure you have a good scraper.
Yes, not plastic.
Not plastic. Don't put them phthalates and microplastics into your system. Don't do that.
We're not doing that.
You can either go a good quality stainless steel. It's good.
Or preferred
or
copper.
Now, not some cheap ass copper.
Yeah. So
Again, don't go to the dollar store
Yeah.
and get one for a
A
buck.
good copper tongue scraper should run around $20.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not like breaking the bank, but
Right,
it's not.
right.
So
Yeah, because the cheap ones, as soon as they get wet, they're going to start to oxidize, and you get all the funky colors on it, black and this, that, and the other thing. Well, that's a cheap one. You need a much higher quality one, and then you'll be fine. And why that? Copper is an antibacterial, for one thing.
Yep.
So it'll kill some of those toxins that are on there. So, and then we got into the colors. You know, if it's a little yellowish, it's Pitta. Your Pitta's a little out of whack. If it's tan, your Vata's out of whack. And we went into what all those mean. So, point being, take a look at it.
Yep.
And if it's not white, you know something's off. Usually you can, a lot of times you can trace it back. Sometimes you can't. Oh, well, I had that pizza last night and I had this and that and a couple of drinks. And okay, well, your system's going to be off. Oh, I took a trip yesterday and just got
Vata's
here.
off.
Vata's going to be off. So a lot of times you can trace it back. Not all the time, but a lot of times you can. So let's get on to skin. Skin. Skin tight. No, sorry.
Yeah.
That was a good song.
That was a good song.
That was a good song.
Yeah.
Who was it by? Who made
I
that?
have no idea.
Oh, Skin Tight by Ohio
Players?
Players.
Yeah,
Yeah, back in the day. Back in the day had some of the best music.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
agree.
saying. I'm just saying. Skin Tight. Oh, okay. Let's move on.
Skin is supposed to be tight, first and foremost. It is. But if it's not, it's a tell. It's a tell, because each dosha.
Do tell.
Yeah. Each dosha's skin type is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
True.
So, Vata usually is typically a little bit more dry.
Dry,
cracky.
Yeah.
So you guys got to stay on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Pitta, we're usually prone to more like acne issues. It could be a little bit dry and oily, and tend to be a little bit red sometimes.
Yep.
Vata, you guys have more of oily skin, or excuse me, Kapha. Thank you.
Yep. More oily. Yep.
What else am I missing?
That's basically it. So skin should look, kind of, I'm not going to say vibrant, but it should look healthy, have that glow to it, If it's all dull and what have you, then something's probably off. Now, the question is, well, how do you get skin like that? And it's not lotions and potions.
Fortunately.
That's generally not going to be the case. You have to, as Shelley mentioned earlier, you got to work it from the inside out. But, having said that, there is one thing that does work from the outside in.
And that is... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. That is 100 times washed ghee.
It's absolutely amazing. I know you guys are thinking, like, ghee, I buy it at the store, I put it on my toast like butter.
Yep.
That's
Now,
what you're
let's halt right there. Why you spend all that money on the store ghee? Why?
We promise you, we have so many episodes of us making ghee. It is so quick. It's so much better. It tastes so much better. Like, if you're eating ghee in the store, from the store, and you think it's good, you're going to be blown away with the way it tastes.
Balancing My Life on YouTube. Look it up, and you'll scroll through the videos, and like she said, there's several in there on making ghee. Ghee is about I don't know if it gets any easier to make something that's so good
and so
you.
powerful, and
Yep,
it
yep.
has multi-purpose. So there's a cooking version of ghee, but what
Yep.
we're talking about today is going to be the topical 100 washed ghee. And
Yep.
basically it is,
You helped me make it the
I
last
know,
time.
and man, I almost got carpal tunnel messing around with that ghee. I'll tell you that. So basically, you get that ghee, okay, and you put it in a very expensive copper bowl that he has. That's why I came over here, and you're literally washing it, mixing it with a. Do we use a wooden spoon? Yeah, we use a wooden spoon, and. Rich poured the water, I stirred. Rich poured the water, I stirred. And you're stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring, and 100 times or more. Now, I know some of you guys are be like, okay, it's butter. It's going to smell like butter when I put it. Yeah, it's going to have a little buttery smell to it. You can, towards the end, add some essential oils.
Right.
I mean, if you really, really wanted to. But the moral of the story is ghee is such a magical topical ointment, if you will.
That penetrates all 7 layers of the skin.
All 7.
All of them. It's amazing what this stuff can do.
I don't know if anything else, especially that you can purchase over the counter, can get that way. I know we had a prescription for a burn. Like my son had a burn from a barbecue, burned the whole inside of his leg, had to go to the burn unit. Skin was gone. He was literally on fire. And Rich made the 100 wash ghee, put this on him. He used it for about 2 weeks. There is no scar. When he went back to the burn unit, they were like, what happened? Like, what did you do? And that was the only thing that he did differently than what they told him. We threw out the little, $10 product that they told him to use, and we used that. Scar, very, very minimal.
It's an amazing thing. There are many hospitals that are now starting to incorporate that in their burn units, just because it works so effectively. And again, making it does take a little bit of time, as she mentioned, washing it 100 times. But actually, it's so cool to go through the process.
It is.
Because you'll see, you know what ghee looks like, and you have this yellow butter essentially in there. And you start rinsing it, and then you drain off the water and rinse and stir, and you go back 100 times. And this thing will start to convert. It will start to lose its color.
Yep.
The texture of it changes because the ghee is interacting with the copper vessel that it's in. And there's a chemical reaction that goes on that changes it into this magnificent
Crisp white.
Yeah, Snow White.
It's almost like buttercream icing.
Yeah.
But fluffier.
Yeah.
But lighter.
Yeah.
So what is it about ghee that allows it to penetrate like that?
It's when you are washing it in the copper vessel, there's a reaction that takes place so that the molecular structure of the ghee actually changes.
Aha.
And so that makes a much smaller molecule, which is then allowed to be able to penetrate the skin through all 7 levels, hydrating it, healing it. Oh, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. You can have old scars start putting on there. May not take them completely away, especially the older ones, but they'll get lighter.
It's going to be
There'll be a noticeable difference.
A noticeable difference. So yeah, like if I'm going to challenge you guys, like if you decide to do this, definitely take before and after pictures, send them to us. We'd love to see those. But one of the key thing is in today's world, we're so quick. We want to move everything so fast and get the end result. This is a product. If you decide to do it, you have to use your own muscle. There is no put it in a blender. There is no putting it in a KitchenAid mixer.
No.
None of that. You literally need to stir and pour and stir and pour. It's a little dance, and it's your arm gonna get tired.
Yep. It will. But as you mentioned, do not put it in a
because
blender.
you got to get to Richard's earlier point. It's like the ghee has to touch the sides of the copper bowl to activate, to transform those molecules. If you're cutting out half the process, you're going to get a half quality product. And like, what's the point? It would have took you an extra.
You might as well put the butter on you.
Right. It would have taken you an extra 10 or 15 minutes to do it properly, right? And this reminds me of like when I know you guys remember back in the day, okay, I'm aging myself, but when you used to burn yourself in the kitchen, your grandma would say, put some butter on it. So they knew what they were doing. And we didn't understand it, but it worked. It worked.
So a little muscle to use on there. No spinning blades. Because just think of it. We're trying to get a chemical reaction to take place to convert this thing. You put it in a blender with those blades that are shearing it now.
Cutting it.
Now you creating a whole different structure in there. And then you see people I've seen many videos of people sticking in the blender. You know, I can cut that time down to 15 minutes.
Why are we rushing?
But you made crap.
Yeah.
That ain't going to work. So just take the time and do it. You'll be amazed.
Absolutely. I've been using it on like a moisturizer. Before I go to bed, I put it on. My daughter uses it relentlessly. If you guys have seen Phoenix, she's absolutely gorgeous, and she has no flaws on her face because she lathers. I get so mad because I'm like, yo, you don't know what it took for me to make that, and you're over here treating it like Jergens. Like, cut it out. But it's an absolutely amazing product. So when we're talking about the skin and it being dry, that is something that you can use for burns, scraps, bruises, whatever, or you can use it to hydrate your skin. Period.
Yep.
And speaking of skin, when you think about like some of the attributes, I guess, of your dosha. Remember your dosha. Everybody has a dosha. The Vata, Pitta, Kapha. I'm going to talk about Pitta because that's me. That's how I roll. But usually when Pitta gets out of whack, it's our skin that's going to be a tell. Okay, we're going to break out eczema. It will be extra dry. We'll break out acne all over our bodies. Those are the kind of things that we see.
Because that heat is too high in their bodies, and it has to release.
And the skin is the biggest organ on
So it's going to come through there.
So it's going to come through there. So even if you're not a Pitta in your Vata, Kapha, whatever, you're going to see if there's something really going on, the quickest way your body's going to get rid of it, you're going to pee it out or it's going to come out in your skin. And those are some of the things that you could look for.
Kapha. Kapha. It's going to be too oily. Generally, it's oily skin that you'll see show up. Because again, kapha is that interstitial fluid that you see on your tongue actually in the morning, the white part of it. That's kapha, and it's running throughout your whole body. And if that gets out of whack, and its energetics get too high, same thing. It's got to escape somewhere. So it's going to use the skin to escape also, and you'll end up with those oily patches. And how do you counteract that? Well, with most of this energy, you counteract it with the opposite. So if you have something, if you're too oily, that means you need more dryness, and that dryness will counter the oiliness, and you'll end up somewhere in the middle where you should be. But then that gets back to diet and what you're eating. So
you can kind of look at it like, look, 24 hours ago, what did you have? Like if you're starting to see things in your skin or you're feeling bloated, those type of things. It usually takes 12 to 24 hours before your body reacts unless you have an allergy.
Right.
But you want to kind of go back and like, okay, what did I have? And figure out, work backwards. And if you're too hot, too cold, you could figure out what you can eat. If it's, I'm going to go towards more of the salads and dry and crispy things. Or if it's, I need some more cooling, maybe I need to have some more cucumbers, cilantro, some melons, coconut water, those type of things. And it seems like, it almost seems too simple in my personal opinion. Like, oh, I'm too hot, I need some coconut water. I'm too cold, I need, some spice and some cinnamon and maybe a latte or some oatmeal or some of those things. But it is that simple. The universe doesn't make it hard. Mother Nature doesn't make it hard. We make it challenging. It's just like when you see dogs out there eating grass. They know what they need.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
Or
right.
you'll see them rolling around in the dirt, or you'll see, you know, deers that will find certain plants because they're feeding their young and they need to lactate, so they know what they need to eat.
Yeah.
We know it. We've been so separated from that that we don't necessarily see it so easily.
Right.
It's a little bit buried, but that normal instinct that's connected to the earth, it's still there. You just gotta like listen a little bit closer. But if not, it's gonna get loud than a mother. Okay, then it's gonna turn in, because that's when we start manifesting actual disease.
Yeah,
and that's when you're gonna hear the loud version. But the other one's like, "Hey, girl, I'm over here. Look at your skin. You need a little something." You know, so you just got to pay attention to it.
And if you're breaking out, say with either some acne or some eczema, any of the skin conditions, one thing to try right off the bat, if you notice your pitta may be a little out of balance, is some coconut oil on your feet when you go to bed.
Good call.
Very cooling. Very cooling. Put them on the bottom of your feet. And I know some of you are already saying, I'm not getting into bed with that stuff on my feet.
Yeah. Put some socks on somewhere.
Yeah. Really. Just get over it. Put some socks on. Coconut is very cooling. And to put it on your feet, and you've seen all those acupressure points on the bottom of your feet, all your organs are associated with different spots on the bottom of your foot. Just think putting that cooling, soothing oil on there is going to help bring things down. So that's something that's quick, easy to do.
I like that.
So just another tidbit.
Yeah, lots of tidbits.
Yeah, lots of tidbits. We got more, but we may have to roll into a part 3 because we want to get into these foods.
Yes. The foods is going to be a whole episode by itself.
Yeah,
We're not even going to go there today. Are we going to go
No,
there?
no, we're not going to go there today.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, that's a whole nother thing. And, you know, bring a couple sheets of paper because it's going to be some stuff there.
Because it's really a robust concept. But at the same time, because you're just really going to focus on that individualized portion of it, on what's good for you, and then you can figure out everybody else. But right now, we're just solely talking about you, and then you just put little puzzle pieces together.
That's all it is.
And it gets easier. It's like going to the gym. You don't know what none of this damn equipment is. You don't know how to use it. You're probably using it incorrectly. You're forming it right. But over time, and asking questions and being inquisitive, you slowly get there, and then then it's second nature, and then you move on to the next thing. So we'll talk about foods in general, and then we'll break it down to like, okay, what kind of nuts, what kind of cooling foods, what are heating foods, and then you kind of put together your own game plan of how you're going to tackle it. And I promise you're going to notice a difference. This is not going to be something where you just pop a pill and all of a sudden you're just magically happy. That this ain't that and that ain't this. Okay, this is when you're doing it a natural way. It does take time. So we do say, hey, give yourself some grace, be patient, be consistent. Consistency is going to be key. But as long as you're doing it pretty consistent, and depending on how jacked up or not your system is, you should see results. I've seen people say they've noticed something in 48 hours. I've seen people say they noticed something in a week. But the average, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks to up to a month, you'll notice a difference. And then you'll be in a flow. And then when you stop doing it, you're going to be like, it's going to be so subtle, like, it's just going to come back. The same issues that you had before are going to come back. But it's such a subtle transition. People, I think, discount it. Like, well, maybe I'm just feeling better. No, you were doing the work. So now, yes, you do feel better. So just keep it up. Yeah.
I look forward to that episode. That'll be fun.
I know. I'm gonna have to be really.
And then we'll go into after that, and maybe we'll do another part. We get into herbs. Which herbs, how to take them, what not to do, what to do. Making concoctions and all kinds of stuff. And it's all stuff that, number one, is going to save you some money.
Let's talk about that.
It's going to save you some money. You go get a lot of this stuff from the store. A lot of it you can make yourself. Okay?
Quality ingredients are going to be key.
Ooh, we're going to get into that too.
Well crafted, or organic source, the way they source it. So,
not Uncle Bob's stuff in the backyard that he said came from the backyard.
not everything should be purchased from the dollar store. No shade, okay?
Yeah, I get stuff from there,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
no
yeah.
shade at all.
Yeah,
but there are some things I'm not going to get
Yeah,
from there.
I'm just not gonna trust it.
Yeah. So you got some exciting episodes coming up here. This is all. I mean, we're getting into the meat of the meat here.
Yeah. Keep the questions coming.
Oh yeah, keep them coming. Keep them coming. We had a few this week, and we've already answered them. You know, anything, the ghee, if you got any questions on the ghee, the 100 wash ghee, you know, feel free, drop us a note, and we'll answer, because that stuff is absolutely amazing. If I were to think of, if someone were to ask me, what is the one thing that's just continues to amaze you, it would have to be 100 times wash ghee.
Yeah, I would agree. That's definitely
I mean, what it does is just, it's unbelievable.
And I think we might have pictures of my son's leg. Do we have them on there? Because I was there, and this is what we do, right? And even we were impressed on the recovery time and the minimal scarring that he had. Because when I tell you...
I thought you were doing a Jedi mind trick on me. That ain't the same leg.
It's not like, yeah, I'm like, literally, you imagine somebody's whole leg on fire. Not just like sparking, like it was literally on fire. So you go from that to like looking at this like, okay, where's the scar? Is it the other leg? Let me look. I don't remember. Like, but it is such, I don't even want to call it an ointment, but it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
so
amazing.
do your research on it.
Yep.
You don't believe us. That's fine. Do your research. But yeah, we'll check the pictures. Keep asking the questions. We're here for you guys. I guess
don't forget to like us.
Yes.
Drop the comments. Follow us.
And subscribe. All that stuff.
Yeah. All that good stuff. We're here for you. So
until next time.
Yep. Peace out.
Toodles.